Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is October the 6th, 2022, and it's 8 o'clock p.m., and we've got so much goodness from Cotton Cuts tonight. But with me, I have my bonus sewer, per se, and we're going to have a blast. Do you want to tell me anything about yourself?
I'm
Annemarie?
Annemarie. I'm also working on the cotton quilts. It's brand new to me. This is the first time I've done it. So this is a whole brand new experience, and Donna's taking me under her wing. Yay.
I'm taking her for the ride because we're in this together.
Yes.
So I'm going to slip into the chat. I know Courtney's live and So Be It Quilts. There's so many of them that's live tonight, but we have to work with our schedules, and there's always the replay. So anybody can watch it on the replay. With that being said, I'm watching the chat from my phone, and if there's something I need to attend to, I will from there. Let me see. Malia, good evening, everyone, and welcome. Zandra, welcome. Katie D. Crafts, hello. Hey, so Becca, welcome, honey. And right now, you're in good hands. Isn't that sweet? What a doll. So anyway, my cotton cuts, we're both just loving our colorway. This is my first time in hers as well. We've got month 1 and month 2 done, and they're kind of under our belt. Now we're segueing into number 3. So what we've opted to do tonight, hello, June and Flossie, welcome. So with that being said, we've opted to kind of split and conquer. So with that being said, I'm going to do the large block tonight, and she's going to do one of the small blocks, and we're going to both show our way of doing it. Last time my fabric, I want to make sure I'm saying this, my fabric E was being ate by the machine, but I think I figured out what was going on with that. So we're going to see. Anne-Marie's trying a couple things on her end to see if that'll rectify for her, but it's just that one fabric now that we know which one's causing the issue for us. Doesn't mean it's going to cause it for everybody else, but we're going to try to move forward tonight with that. I did watch Ian, the off-kilter crafter, and he had a couple little tips and tricks up his sleeve, and he shared them. So I'm going to be sharing those as we move forward tonight as well. Just going to put this out there. So if I forget to mention it, on your blocks, when you have to get center, someone showed him this little tidbit. You take your little triangle and you just fold it in half, and you just give it a light little crease. And then when you're lining it up and you're going to put it belly down, that's going to give you the true center of your block. And as you're building out, he said to do that. And he did it on his first ones on the way around. And I believe the second one, by then, you know, your larger ones are going to fit right into play. So with that being said, Ian, if you watch this on the replay, buddy, thank you for sharing that. I greatly appreciate it, because that was a heck of a good tip. So Shelley Clark, hello. Nancy Gus, hello. June, welcome, sweetheart. Janet Johnson, hi, darling. Good morning. On the other side of the world, Lynn, hello, and welcome. Tuning in from the UK. Welcome, doll. Welcome. So where are you going to start with yours? Have you done any preliminary?
I did 2 of them just to try my interfacing to see if that was going to work. And I haven't trimmed anything down yet, so they're a little rumply at the edges. So here's my.
Now,
so then I have 2 more that I'm gonna sew, and I like to chain piece.
Yes, Shelley Clark said, if you're sewing with a zigzag machine, try and move the needle position to the far right or far left. It helps when the machine is eating the fabric. Janet Johnson says it's 8 a.m. there, and now everyone's telling So Becca hello. So
hi, everyone.
You want to hold those up one more time? I wanted to see something. The ones that you have finished.
Okay. Please tell me I didn't screw up, because
No, you didn't. You didn't. But no, they're fine. Ian was showing something about them. You see how your fabric A and your fabric B. Turn it around and look. He said you're
Okay.
going to have that little margin, and what that's for is when that's going to be your 1/4 inch. So that's supposed to be there. So that tells me you lined it up right, because it's going to be lost when we join all these blocks at the end.
And I am point challenged.
Honey, you're doing good. You're doing really good. And it's always fun to have someone to sew with.
Yes, and it's very rare that I get to do that. So I'm loving this.
Absolute. So we've committed to move along, and we're going to do this cotton cuts challenge together. And we're looking forward to what the end result's going to be. Shelley says, of course, you have to adjust where your 1/4 inch seam is. Absolutely. Beth of Goody Goods, you are a busy bee today, Donna. You need to find times to rest too. Rest is out of the equation, little mama, and you're preaching to the choir, right? This little lady, I kid you not, I send her my Bargello because that's my pride and joy right now. Every once in a while, you get that one quilt that just resonates. Well, I was talking to Beth over at Goody Goods, and we talked a little bit. I wasn't sure how this Bargello was going to turn out. Well, as I saw the first panel, everything was lining up. It was just amazing. So I reached out and I said, if this quilt turns out as pretty as I think it's going to, I want to partner with you. Let's do a collab. I'll piece it. You're going to quilt it, and then we're going to show it all over the place.
Wow.
He was like, yep, I'm all in. And I said, well, let's wait and see what it turns out like. I shot her a couple pictures, and she was like, I was blown away. So she officially named it, but we're both partners in crime on this one. So if you check out my Facebook or my Handmade with Ying Let's Share or Beth's pages, or I think it just came across, she shared it on Instagram. It's going to stay with her for a little while yet. She finished it officially tonight, but she's going to be showing it out where she lives a little bit to a few people, her guild and whatnot. And then it'll segue back to me, and I'll whip the binding in. And then we're just going to sit on it until we can figure out where we want to show this baby. But it's honestly, out of all the quilts I've ever done, it's just amazing. Lynn Bales can't wait to see what Beth comes up with for your quilt. You're going to have to slip it over. It's finished officially tonight. Beth knocked it out of the park with the designs that she put into that. You figure you've got your squares. And I'm going to cheat, Beth, see if I can show it. This doesn't even do it justice. If I can get this to blow up, I'll see if I can show any of it. If it would show, it doesn't do it justice here. But no, it's got too much of a glare. But you just got to check out our pages. Let's do that. We agree. You got to go to my YouTube or hers. And it's fun. It's fun to do a joint collab.
Oh,
I'm totally blessed that she took this endeavor on. I got my clue 3 today, and I'm doing a small. Awesome. Now, is the small pattern, I don't know a lot about cotton cuts. This is my first go around. I signed up under So Becca. I saw her and Ian and several others do it. And I was like, you know what? I'll give it a go and see if I like it. So far, the fabric is beautiful. The colorway we picked is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. It's a gorgeous quilt. I can't say enough for it. It's amazing. Good to know she did. I got my clue 3 today. Thankful you trusted me. Absolutely. When Joe and I talked about it, we couldn't think of how we wanted this one done. We just knew when we saw it completed on our end, it had to have a special touch. So that one there, it definitely got that special touch. And I'm thankful.
To see it.
Nancy Gus, hello, darling. Kathleen, hello. Hubby's dropping the links for us. So with my block, I'm joining fabric F to my C's right now, and according to the directions, you push your fabric out. So got the gift of gab, and I moved and I unplugged my irons. Now it's going to take me a minute, so I get to talk an extra minute.
And I'm sewing together A and B. And I am ironing towards A. I have half square triangles.
And then I'm going to do the same with his little tip about folding, and that way you're coming up dead center again. Mm-hmm. And I will use that tip moving forward, because I'm telling you what, it's a game changer. Who would have thought?
Yeah, that's an awesome tip.
Something so simple would make such a difference. You don't have any guesswork. Mm-hmm. Hi, Joe, the tech guy. Nancy Gus is telling hubby hi. Sheila, hello, honey. My fabrics are patriotic. Love it.
Oh.
So I'm lining this one up. And then I'm going to pin. Normally I'd be clipping, but I'm a pinner on these.
On the half square ones, I'm lining them up. Normally I am a pinner, but on these I'm lining them up.
And what he said was to take this pink fabric and you could fold it, and then you're just going to line up your two lines straight away on that mark. And I had already done that. I just forgot to say anything. That way it's dead center. You fold it in half, and then you give it that crease with a little bit of heat, love. Then you fold it in half again and give it a little bit of heat. And then that gives you your dead center of that block. So when you're putting your little triangle on, it's lined up perfect. What was the tip? Just got here a few minutes late. Let me pull this out. I'd rather pull it out and show you. What you're going to do is anytime you're doing one of these blocks, you're going to take it, you're going to fold it in half. And then you just have it lined up exactly in half. And you're going to give it a little bit of heat. That's going to show you where your crease is. Don't worry about it being in your way, because it's not going to be. Imagine I don't have this side on. You're going to fold it in half and act like you've never sewed anything there. I'm only doing this for demonstration purpose. So with that being said, now you've got your block and you're going to be able to see the crease in it. Can you tell the crease is there? Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you're folding these like Ian demonstrated, and it was a fabulous tip the guy gave, you can either finger press it or you can give it a little bit of heat, love. And I'll do the heat, love, on this one just to show you the little crease that's in it. You're going to lay it belly down on the one that you've got here. Once you have those lines lined up, you know you're dead center. There's no guesswork at all. And then just pin in place and spin the block around and do the same thing again. This one's already got the crease, so I'm going to do the same thing. Just line it up. And pin it in place. And then all I have to do is sew this one in. And there you go. So that was the little tidbit on that. I find a mystery quilt from Cotton Cuts. I don't need to pin. No, most of the people don't, but this is my first time doing them. And for the investment I'm putting in, I want to just make sure my 1/4 inch is done. I want to make sure everything's lined up. I've never worked with the pre-cuts before, and it's quite interesting, and I'm actually enjoying it.
Me too.
It's kind of like, I don't mean to sound rude when I say this. It's kind of like having mindless sewing. You don't have to think. It's already pre-cut. You don't have to cut anything. And it's ready to go when you are. Love it. So then all you do is press it out. And when you do that, your seams that you adjust, your little markings are going to come out. And you're going to press it away. And my little crease is still there, but for all intents and purposes, it won't matter here in just a little bit anyway. So my next block that I'm moving to is going to be my D fabric. So that's my D. I'm on my fourth. How fabulous. So I'm going to do this one just for my own purposes, no real reason. I just want to make sure it's lined up and everything's centered, because this might be just like he said. He's not saying for sure, but there's a good chance he's guessing that this could possibly be the center block of the quilt. Who knows? Or
That's
one
what
of,
I was wondering.
I've heard it from a lot of different people that's out doing the blocks, and how cool would that be? So I wanted to make sure that this one is absolutely done right. And if you have not watched So Becca, please check her out. If you haven't watched Ian, you got to check him out. The guy has tons and tons of knowledge and little tips on this. They both are ambassadors for cotton cuts, and they've got a wealth of knowledge with it. And you won't be disappointed. So how's it coming over there?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Got 2 sets of half square triangles, and then my other 2 sets. My E's and my D's together, and my A's and my B's are together.
You can't beat that. Buzzing right along. And I just really appreciate that tip he shared. I'm not kidding. It lines up. I'm really loving it.
Yeah, I have to remember that I didn't do it on mine, but I wish I would have known, because that would have made it perfect.
Yeah.
And so much easier.
Nancy Gus says this is her 3rd quilt. I love that pieces are cut and instructions are great. Absolutely. The instructions are so very easy to follow. Absolutely. Would love to try something like this pre-cut. Try to find something here in the UK. I dislike cutting a lot of fabric into small pieces for a quilt. Absolutely. I understand. There's times I don't mind cutting, and there's times you just want that breakthrough where you can sit down and actually just hop right in and sew. And this one's kind of neat because you've got months to just sit down, and it gives you a couple hours of pleasure to sit and sew. You don't have to think about anything. You can unplug and just enjoy the moment. And how often do we need that?
A lot.
Absolutely. I love this one. I'm really liking it.
I'm so curious on what it's going to look like.
I am too. It's kind of like, I had never saw one finished. So I spoke with Becca, and she told me to go back to their website and have a look-see and look at some of them. And I did. I'm going
to have to go back on there and look.
And I'm telling you what, they are amazing. You will not be disappointed. Not at all. I haven't heard anybody complaining on them. And that's not just me saying it, because there's testimonials kind of like where you see people's giving their insights and input.
Uh-huh.
I think that speaks volumes for a company.
Yes.
I don't like the way this one went. I must have slipped, and it's just a scant, but it's enough to bother me. So good old Jack and I just had a date.
Jack likes to be at my house.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the market for a new Jack, because this one here, I've had it for a bit and it's getting a little wore out. That says I use it quite often.
Use him more than I'd like to admit.
I think we all do, babe. Have fun, ladies. Catch you later. Not a problem, sweetie, and thanks for hopping in. It's always a pleasure. So now you lay it down, and I've already got this here pressed in. Move my phone back up. And you lay it down and you line it up just like you did before. Your crease is still there. You don't have to, but it really helps. And I just eyeball it and pin. I'm doing the calf one, and there's not a lot of contrast of some of the prints. So it'll be interesting to see how it looks in the end. The other ones have been really pretty. Absolutely. I'm just amazed at how these are all going to look. So many different colorways and how it's all going to come together. It's just mind blowing.
Now, are each of the different colorways, are they all, I know those are all the same, but all together, is all the quilts all the same, or is everything all different with each colorway? Does that make sort of sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It's my understanding that the large ones are the same pattern, and then the small ones are the same pattern, but they're not the same as the large and small. But I'll wait on someone to correct me because I want to make sure that I'm saying it right, but that's my understanding of it.
Oh, that makes it even more cool.
Right. It kind of makes you want to do both.
Yes, it does.
All the same pattern, Shelley Clark said. They're all the same pattern. Maybe it's just smaller pieces. I thought someone said in one of the groups, that's why I said, please correct me if I'm wrong, that one was the large, one was the small, but they were different. But thank goodness Shelley's here to let me know because I've never done them. And these are so stinking pretty.
I think this block 3 is my favorite.
Absolute. I'm loving it. And anywhere I have little strings, I don't like them in my quilts. So I always give them a good little snip now, and I don't have to deal with them later. So now I'm going to move on to my B block. Now tell me these mushrooms aren't just darling.
Yes.
I love mushrooms.
My daughter is that way. She absolutely adores them. And when I saw this, I'm like, this is Katie. She needs this.
Absolute. I just think they're cute. Shelley Clark said the large is an extended version of the small.
Oh, cool.
Maybe more borders or 9 blocks instead of 6. I'll have to look into that, but thank you, babe. I had no idea. I honestly, another content creator, I totally thought she said that they were different, but who knows? I'm thankful that Shelley's done them and given us that little tidbit. How big are the smalls?
They
Has anyone done the smalls? And you don't have to do the fold on this one. Ian didn't because he could pretty well eyeball it. But since I'm doing it, my block looks amazing. I'm not taking any chances. I wanted to really stick with amazing. And my lines are still there. So I'm just lining it up. And normally I'd be pinning my clips, but I'm really liking the way these pins are holding everything really good and secure. And it goes to show you're never too old to learn something new. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
And I know last month we were fighting with the fabric, and this time it's honestly going in quite well.
It seems much better this month.
So what all colorways is everyone doing, but not different between colorways? I've only done this small, nice lap size. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So what all sizes has everyone done before? And what's your thoughts of them? I'm telling you what, I'm not disappointed by any means.
Me neither. I will do another one.
Yeah, they got me hooked at this one. Well, I can't say they did. I'm just really liking the way it's turning out.
My block will definitely need a haircut. I have strings.
And holy goodness, it's so pretty. Definitely liking this one. I do the small every time. So the small is a pretty good lap size. And I didn't pin this one, but I've got it lined up pretty snug. And I'm going to take that little tip moving forward of that little finger press. I'm telling you what, it's a game changer. Shelley Clark, my first one was lightweight fabric. I had to use a finer needle size 11, and that worked well. Yeah, last month we had changed our needles. We had detailed our machines, wound the needle crank backwards, dropped the needle. We did everything. So one corner here and there might look like it's been chewed by a tiger, but it's okay. But this month, it's like it's not even the same fabric. And I can't wait to see all the others as they're putting them together.
I need to go and explore their website a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm definitely
searching for all the different colorways. So
this is the large block. And as you can see, the little folds are still there, but I'm doing that. So if anybody asks me how I did it, it'll still show so I won't have to fold them. So they're kind of purposely left here right now. And I think that looks amazing. I'm so glad I picked this colorway.
And this one, and I will show you mine right quick.
Mm-hmm. So the next block, it takes A and B, and that's what we've got here, A and B. And then you've got your B and your D. And then your bottom ones are your E, your D, and your large blocks to C. So now all we have to do is just kind of join those together. And they tell you which way to get your seams lined up, and we shall see how this turns out. My D, I want to make sure I'm getting them in the right slots. And D, and I'm just going to sit and pin because this block, for all intents and purposes, when I get this done, other than pressing the seams, these will be done for this month. But take your time because I'm just hooking these in so that I'll be able to streamline them in.
I just need to step off camera for a second and give mine a press.
Take your time, babe. I do the small every time also. Absolutely. My first was really lightweight fabric. Okay, I read that one. Janet, I find opening my seams work a lot better. I press the seams this go around the way that they instructed, and then I go back because I don't know how this is all going to piece together, and just make sure that I've got pretty well starched in. I know we're not supposed to starch the fabric, but I started it with my magic juice. I did not our Olympia ones, the Christmas. Do what, babe?
I'm using it as well.
Yeah.
Magic juice. I love that.
Yep, absolutely. It's been a game changer. I like to know that everything's lined up, and then I just hit it once I know they are. Because they're going to be sitting in my tote for a few months, and I just kind of want to make sure. So I want to see which way they want this one. Up and down. So this one's. So does anyone else use their magic juice on these blocks? Just to kind of lock them in. So Becca was watching a movie with hubby, movie's over, jumping back into the live stream. Well, girl, I thought you were here the whole time. Wow. Had no idea. I'm kidding. Hey, Heather. What movie did you watch, Becca? Must have been a goodie. Hubby takes precedence. That's the way it should be. What is magic juice? How does it differ from best press? Ooh, good question. I use magic juice strictly because it's in my pen and it's easy for me. Once I'm finished using all of my magic juice, it's acorn, my acorn pen, but I call it magic juice. Then I'll probably be shifting a few things around, but I like the way it makes my seams lay.
It's been a game changer since I found that.
Absolutely. I just like it. It's definitely amazing. Hate to turn my back to you, but I need to get my seam done.
My puppy is trying to make a house call.
That'll work.
No, he's 90 pounds.
Oh, well, maybe it won't.
He's the epitome of a bull in a china shop.
Oh, that might not be good.
No.
Oh, the acorn stuff. Yes, that should that you should be able to use on clues. I would not starch the piece of the block, but the seam, that's all I'm doing is the seam, not the block at all. Yeah, I just like to get my seam flat. I'm not going to starch at all. Maybe after it's all put together so I don't jack it up. But I'm really liking it. I'm telling you. Becca, tell me the difference between the large and the small, in case anyone would be interested. What's the size and stuff? And Shelley Clark said they are the same pattern, but I wanted to make sure so that as people asked, I have the correct information. Look at the magic juice here in the UK. The acorn pen, rather expensive, will be on my wish list for Christmas. Lynn, you're a sweetheart, and I can understand that. I don't know what it runs over there, but I know what it runs here. But I really like the way it makes my blocks lay.
Complete game changer.
Absolute.
I'm excited. I have points this time. Yay.
Do you have points this go around?
I do.
Yay.
I have my small ones.
I would say that's a win-win right there. And your blocks are square. Good
Yay.
job. Absolute. I love it when they come together. And as long as you're using the true 1/4 inch, isn't it pretty? I really like the way this one turned out. I love the rose dead center.
Right? I've got so lucky.
Yes, you have. The large and the small can be similar, but are usually not the same pattern. They can be close sometimes, though. Small measures 48 by 60 and the large measures 72 by 70. 72 by 72, sorry. So I thought I heard that right, but I wasn't sure. So I wanted to make sure. So my last one's done. And I've got mine done. They are all A-okay. So let me see. If anyone's looking to join, it's a 10-month box of the month. Cost the small is $18.75 per month, while the large quilt is $28.50 per month. So Becca, if anyone is interested in joining, do you happen to have a link or something that you can drop that they would be able to utilize? Because I think you're one of the ambassadors for that. And you can skip over to her channel as well. She does amazing content on all of these boxes. That's where I learned a lot of mine from her and Ian on these. And they're just amazing. They go into a lot of detail. And they're a blessing to all of us.
Yes, I found them on Becca's channel.
That's how I found them, and I utilized hers to be able to get it. In the next month or so, Cotton Cuts will stop selling colorways for the Piazza, and they will begin to ramp up the next project to ship in February. So if anyone would like, that's her link. So make sure you save it for the next go around. And if you ever have a question on it, honestly, ask Becca, because she'll tell you just the way it is. Not in a mean way. She'll just say, look, you got to wait, or wait 1 more month, it's coming out. She's a wealth of knowledge on it, and you're going to be blessed by listening to her.
I agree. I've learned so much from Becca.
Yep. Annemarie, I saw the quilt at the expo that made me think of that. There was.
Aw, yes, my daughter.
No. Totally. So with all that being said, I know there's other content creators on tonight for everybody to be a watch. And I knew we wouldn't be very long, but just like a little hot minute. So Be It Quilts was on tonight, so skip over and see her content, as well as Courtney over at Pieces, Love, and Quilting. I assure you, these ladies you won't be disappointed in them. So Be It's on soccer practice, and will stay in as long as I get a signal. God love you. I thought you were on. I got the alert. Maybe it was just one of your videos went out. I've learned so much from all of you. We just teach each other. Absolutely. I'm learning a lot from everybody. You have to have an open mind and try new things. So with that being said, it's 8:39, almost 8:40. and it's been quite a long day for a lot of us. So you guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you're interested, I'm telling you what, I'm loving this colorway. I'm going to show it one more time. Look how lucky she got. She got to be the lucky duck. She got a rose dead center. Look at yours. She didn't have to fussy cut or anything. It came to her that way. I think she paid someone off. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But is that not cute? So with all of that being said, we're going to cut out of here for the night. Let everybody get a good night's rest. And I'll see you back at some point in something tomorrow, because October every day, it's my goal to hit something every day. And we've got the cancer videos going out. So you guys take care. God bless. And thank you for joining. They have a gallery of precious quilts. Also, awesome. That's fabulous. So I want to make sure I'm getting this back in the envelope so that I can seal it up. So you guys have a great night, and I'll see you back in the next video. God bless you and take care. If you haven't, please give us a thumbs up. It shows that you like the content that we're sharing. And if you're not subscribed, please think about it and check out all these other fabulous channels. Take care. Good night, guys.
Night.